Disclaimer: this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. If you need help, please seek professional help. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Coffee and Dreaming podcast, the podcast where dreams come alive and productivity gets a dose of caffeine. I'm your BFF, encouraging you to live your dreams on this journey of growing up, and figuring it all out. We're on this journey together, guys. I'm not a guru. I'm not perfect. We're just figuring it all out. And that's the journey of life. That's what life is about. Because if it was already figured out, it'd be boring. Have you guys ever played The Sims and then you do Control Alt Delete Motherload or Rosebud and just hit enter? It would be, I think, Motherload space semicolon space enter. You know what I mean? I remember playing The Sims like that, and it'd be so fun at first, just balling out, getting the coolest furniture, the hot tub. Yeah. Anyway, you guys know. Woohoo. That's anyway. But then after a while, you become a little numb to the growth. So my point is, hey, we might not feel like we have it all figured out, but that's exactly, you're right on track. That's the whole journey. And that phrase of love the process, not the payoff, it is so true. Be mindful of that. Wherever you're at today is absolutely perfect. And some may have a journey where they figure it out really fast, but they may have other obstacles. And some people might be struggling for a good while. Nonetheless, wherever they're at is perfect. I will say the reminder to have fun. Isn't that weird? We need reminders to have fun. But if you remind yourself to have fun and you have that little, oh yeah, oh yeah, today I'm going to have fun and think, does this feel good? And if it doesn't, you have to do it. Anyway, I wanted today's theme to be about living life on easy mode. What if we thought it was easy? Okay. So I'll tell you the inspiration of the theme. So I had 3 moments this week to where I've had somebody be like, oh, yeah, it's so easy. And it was a cool mirror for me because I never thought of it like that, just with the situation. And seeing somebody else's attitude towards it being easy when I was like panicking internally and probably externally, it was so eye-opening and it was inspiring. So, for example, at my one gig, I was being trained on how to do tech, so lights and sound while a live show is going on. And I will say, I was nervous I was going to botch it up. And because since I was a kid, my parents' catchphrase was, "What did you do now, Amy?" That was their little shtick. They all, "What did you do now?" You hear crash, "What did you do now, Amy?" And that was their little joke. And anyway, whatever. I was a little baby Amelia Bedelia, and I still am. Oh, I still am an Amelia Bedelia. For those of you who don't know Amelia Bedelia, exceptional fictional character. I will play her if anybody wants to develop it into a fictional live action movie. Or, yeah, live action movie. I will happily play Amelia Bedelia. I don't even need method acting. I am her. Yeah, but she was just adorable fictional character who had like malapropisms and alternative meanings. They'd be like, oh, do this. And she did the other meaning of the word. You get it if you've read it. If you haven't read Amelia Bedelia, please, anybody at any age can appreciate Amelia Bedelia. Anyway, so I was just like a baby Amelia Bedelia growing up. And so I think growing up since a kid, breaking stuff and just being the accident prone one, to an adult, I just always was freaking out that I would break things because and of course I did. Oh my goodness. I remember one of my first day actually my first day working the graveyard shift at a diner in West Hollywood. We had to marry the Ketchups. I know it sounds so romantic. Marry the Ketchups. Some got divorced. No, but marry the ketchup in the restaurant industry is when you take one ketchup bottle, the emptier one, and you put it in the fuller one and make a wholer ketchup bottle. Anyway, and we would fill up the the rest of the ketchup bottles in the back. We had this big ol' it was like a pouch of ketchup, and it was on the wall, and it had a lever, and you pull the lever, and it fills up the ketchup bottle with ketchup. Anyway, so yeah, my first day working graveyard shift, somehow the lever broke, ketchup's just oozing out. I felt like Lucille Ball, just slipping and sliding. It was a pool of ketchup my first day. Thank goodness the manager was so nice and the cooks all laughed and thought it was funny. And it was, but they're going I ham it up too when I break stuff. I gotta stop identifying with that version of me because it's not helpful to anybody. And anyway, so here I was being trained on tech and I was like very nervous that I would mess it up because I care. And one of my coworkers, he was very assuring. He was like, "It's very easy." He was like, "It's very easy. Don't worry." But him just being identifying with it being easy, it inspired me because I saw how I was thinking about doing the tech, and it reminded me that I don't have to look at approaching something new with this panic, this internal panic. So I instead was just like, yes, easy. Mind you, I'm like, ooh, I was like, I think I'm going to start taking on the attitude and seeing life through a 20 something man. Cause I was like, I love that. I it's easy. It's easy. Yeah. I was like, I love that. Oh no, I want it to be good. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I want it to be great. Oh, no, what's the worst that could happen? You mess something up, people mad at you. Are you alive? Are you alive? We're good. Also, I am learning as somebody who I got my driver's license older. And I got it for a little bit when I was a teenager, but then I stopped. I didn't use it, so I lost it. My license, I just let it expire. So when I went to get my driver's license as I was older, nobody has empathy for the older person getting their driver's license who's nervous for driving. Nobody's, "Oh, you're gonna be fine." They're just like, "Dude, it's driving." You know what I mean? But so my point is, when you're new to something and you have that opportunity to mess up, take away the fear of perfection and embrace, like, you're fine. It's as I thought, like, I had so much panic and fear because I didn't have that little safety net of being a cute 17-year-old, like, "I'm 17, what do I know?" You know what I mean? There is a level of forgiveness when you're new to something, and if you when you're new to something, I'm now like, "Alright, go fail balls to the wall," like, now's your chance. Now, of course, do the best you can. But my point is, if worse comes to worse, you're new, you're human. Nobody's perfect. And a lot of times the best mistakes happen. Um, so you learn. That's how you learn. Yeah, so and then so that was one instance where I was like, "Oh, I like the attitude this person had to the tech thing." And so I did end up botching it up. I was trying to be ready for the lights to do the blackout. And so I had my finger on the toggle and I don't know what happened. I accidentally moved the light and it did a blackout and the show ended. But thankfully, it was like the universe gave a little wink because actually was right on time. And in fact, it was a little over time. And I was waiting on the queue for somebody to do the blackout. So if I didn't do a blackout that time, the whole things would have been pushed back. So it ended up working out. So I did botch up a little bit by accidentally carrying way too much and having my finger on the toggle and accidentally doing the blackout too early. But mind you, it was actually perfect timing because it needed to happen. So yeah, you're supported. And then another situation, a friend called me like, "Oh, hey, I got this gig. It'd be like this, and helping somebody with her social media." And I was nervous because I was like, I've never I'm a lone wolf because if I fail, I'll fail on my own. I get nervous with doing work for other people because I'm just like, "Oh my goodness, if I mess up, then I feel bad that I wasted your time." And I feel so mortified. And it's no. But he was like, "Oh, so easy." It's so easy. You could totally do it." And I was like, "Thank you. Thank you." Like his attitude towards that was really helpful. He's like, "Yeah, if you mess up, it's no big deal." I love that. Thank you so much. And so that was the second pattern of just seeing a reflection of people having an attitude of it being easy. And it really was soothing and pacifying. And so that was lovely. And I just think in life, I remember when I was in an acting conservatory, and this could actually be another topic of caring, but I'll finish the story. So I was in an acting conservatory and I worked on the weekends, plus I went to school, but most kids did not work on the weekends. A lot of them had mommy, daddy money. We were like 18, 19. On the weekend, since it was my money, I was smart. I stayed in. I did miss out on a few moments. I chose the mature decision to save my money and not underage drink, which no shame, but it's expensive out here, but abundance too. Have fun. But long story short, I remember these kids, the party kids had auditions. Like they would get so many auditions, these party kids, and they would get gigs, and I just cared too much. I would go on these auditions, and I just cared. You could tell when you care. I didn't get them because I cared. I'm like, "Hi, blah, blah, blah," and because I cared, it messed up my whole it's that pick me kind of vibe. So, let's throw that pick me vibe out. You're picked, you deserve it. Everybody deserves a chance to get the opportunity to learn. Remember that, okay? You deserve to learn, you deserve to grow, and you're qualified. It's funny because a lot of people who aren't qualified jump right in and get opportunities, and the ones who are qualified and all of that, they don't take all of the opportunities they can. I am speaking from my own experience. So, my point is, guys, let's take the opportunities with grace, with peace, with easy and effortless and fun. This can be fun. I know me, I get so anxious with newness and change that I want to just say no and then I feel better. And there's that moment of, "Oh, I feel better. So this must have been the right thing to do." It's a funny thing and both can be true of trust your gut if you don't feel right. But number 2 is sometimes if you don't feel comfortable, it's because you're growing, okay? Long story short, let's approach change easily and effortless and that attitude of, "Oh, it's easy. It's easy. It's so easy. Yeah, I could do it with my eyes closed." The Lulu is just a Lulu. But it's true. I'm not even kidding. And it goes to trusting yourself and confidence. Remember in school when people would raise their hand for the answers? How many times have you raised your hand, you had to answer, but you thought you were wrong, so you lowered it? And then people keep giving the wrong answers, and then the teacher says the right answer, and you're like, "Ah, I should have said it." That was me all the time. And so it really comes down to society and life and just allowing things to allow to think that I'm wrong and I'm sorry, especially because I have like dyslexia and ADHD. I'm wrong a lot. I have a lot of misunderstandings, but there's some stuff that I know in my heart, and my taste is like, this is it. And I'm not even going to speak to certain things, but there are a lot of things in my life where people will be like, "Oh, yeah, this is great." And I know, I'm like, "N no, that's this is what's gonna happen, blah, 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 blah." Like, I feel stuff to where it is like a strength in the sense of I can read things that people can't see, and so that's like the worst superpower. Can you give me good at soccer life? Life, can you give me the talent of being able to shred like Steve Vai? Can you give me why did the world give me an invisible strength? You know what I mean? So I've got the strength of my intuition and my feeling, my gut, and but the thing is, a lot of people, when you've got this like different point of view or you think differently, a lot of people, when they're agreeing, you'll see it in a comedy show if a name goes up and they could be talking in a tone, a cadence of blah, 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 blah. And it just blah, blah. Like the way they finish a sentence, people go, ah, ah, and you'll be listening. Like, is that fun? It's group. It's a word. It's like group. When a group is together, they'll think alike. My point is trust your instinct, trust your gut, and trust yourself that you're capable. Remember, you've done things hard. You could do it now. You're fine. And also fail now. Fail now because now is the youngest you'll ever be. So now you have that forgiveness. Also, I did want to talk about one thing that was really impactful in terms of realizing if you approach things with ease, it impacts how good you do. So, my last semester of school, I went to school later in life, and I had a wonderful math professor. And the first day, he said, "Math is easy." He said, "Anybody can do math." And he said it just like that, "Math is easy. Anybody can do math." And right there, I felt safe and I felt smart. And I was like, okay, math is easy. And guess what? I did really well in his class. And so I don't know why it took the last semester of math class in school, in college, to hear math is easy. I don't think I ever, even in elementary school, I did have a great math teacher in elementary school too. I've had some really great math teachers, but I've never heard math articulated like this professor. And especially in high school, math is hard. And so I thought math was hard. I'm going to tell my nieces math is easy and anybody can do it. And hopefully it gives them the confidence because it's really that. It's really that. You see it as an adult. The adults that got the pat on the back as kids. Yeah, you're great. You're great. You see the people walking around who were told they were great. Me and my mom be like, look at that person. They think their stuff don't stink. Working class mentality, Jersey people. Who do they think they are? But you know what? Think you're awesome. Let's think we're awesome, guys. I'm too exhausted to think otherwise. Like, I got too much to do. Anyway, it is more productive to think you're awesome. Yeah, today I got acupuncture for the first time. Have you guys got acupuncture? It was pretty cool. I've never had it. And They put the needles, if you haven't got it, they put the needles in certain areas of your body, and the acupuncturist was just talking like, "Oh, yeah, we're curing the whole body." And she put a needle on the upper ear, and I said, "Oh, what spot is that?" So she said, "Oh, it's the parasympathetic nerve." And she goes, "Yeah, this is your we're working on redoing your nervous system." And I was like, wow, here I am. I'm freaking myself out like all the time because I don't like to make mistakes. And so throughout life, when I'm doing something, especially on somebody else's watch, I'm like this. I'm like, oh, and it's not because I don't care, it's because I really care. And I want to do a good job out of respect. But I just thought, I was like, wow, I am messing up my own parasympathetic, like mess up my own nervous system because I care so much because I don't think it's easy. So my point is, let's think it's easy. Let's help our nervous system because that really does affect the whole body. Changing one's perspective on tasks can greatly reduce stress and make them seem easier to handle. Here are 7 strategies along with sources supporting their effectiveness. Okay, so this is with research, according to therapy, how we can help things seem easier than they are. Okay, so one, break it down, divide into small, measurable steps. This is known as chunking, and it reduces feeling of overwhelm, according to research published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology General, breaking tasks into smaller parts. Okay, Cool, McGuire, Rosen, and Butvidnik, 2010. Okay, positive self-talk. So replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. I can do this. I know you guys are like, oh, it's corny, but it's true. You can do this. You got this. You really can do this. A lot of times I feel like the people who are nervous are people who weren't told they can do this as kids. So we might as well give it to ourselves. Yeah. Give it to yourself because if you don't think you can do it, maybe you didn't receive that kind of pat on the back as a kid. So we give it to ourselves now. Positive self-talk. Focus on progress, not perfection. That one's really good. Yeah, so with the switchboard, I should have said, "You know what? This is my first time. I'm just going to do it, run it once, and then I can take notes after and what I could do better." And I did exactly that. So I told myself, I said, "I'm going to leave my hand off the thing." You know what I mean? Yeah. And forget perfection. Perfection, that's like the biggest procrastinator thing for me. Practice mindfulness, stay focused and present. Set realistic expectations. Avoid setting overly ambitious goals that may lead to feelings of failure. Set achievable goals and adjust your expectations accordingly. According to research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology by Locke and Lantham in 1990. Social support. Those were ways on how to approach things with more of an ease attitude, according to a therapy practice. And now on to how we could do it with stoicism in mind. I've really appreciate stoicism lately. And Stoic philosophy emphasizes self discipline, rationality, and acceptance of things beyond our control. So, here are 7 Stoic inspired strategies to approach tasks with ease. One, focus on what you can control. Focus on what's in our control and let go of what's not. Two, practice acceptance. Accept the nature of the task and any obstacles that may arise. Stoicism encourages us to embrace reality as it is rather than resisting or resenting it. By accepting the difficulty of the task without judgment or complaint, you can approach it with inner peace. Source Marcus Aurelius in Meditations. Then develop virtuous habits, cultivate virtues such as courage, resilience, and wisdom to navigate challenges with grace and fortitude. Wow, fortitude. I have not heard that word in a while. I love that word, fortitude. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of character development in facing life's trial. By embodying virtuous qualities, you can approach tasks with confidence and clarity of mind. Source Seneca on the Happy Life. Maintain perspective. Put the task into context text by considering the significance in grand scheme of life. Stoicism teaches us to view challenges from a broader perspective rather than they are transient and ultimately inconsequential compared to the pursuit of virtue and inner tranquility. Ooh, I like that. That's from Seneca on the shortness of life. I really like that. I remember one time I worked in a hair salon. I was a receptionist. I wasn't a hairstylist. So I already was the odd man out. I was the only paid person by consistent cash flow and not relying on sales and customers. And I just remember like everybody was into the long nails, the tan, and the hair extensions and the most stylish clothes. And I didn't care about that. Of course, I love to be pampered and I love all that stuff. But in terms of, I was always on a budget and you don't make that much as a receptionist at a hair salon, or at least I didn't. But I remember I would come home from work just crying how nasty these people were. Like, they were just nasty. I never in my life experienced this, thankfully. And the restaurant industry, good vibes, love my coworker, awesome coworkers, in all industries except this particular one. And I just cried. Like, I just felt so trapped because I needed the money. And, we need to get FU money, guys. We got to get some FU money. But my point is, thankfully, I did have a, kind of an ally there. She was happy with the people that are happy don't do that. That's a good lesson. But anyway, I remember I would cry, and my boyfriend at the time would be like, "It's a big nothing. Like, in 20 years, like, they're gonna be doing that still, and you're gonna be onto other stuff." And I was like, "That's true." He would say, "In the grand scheme of life, it's like a big nothing." And I think that's a great way to look at it, and great way to look at anything, like the the little things that you allow, or the little things that stress you out, they really in 20 years, big nothing. So just keep that into perspective. Like that one time, like, oh, you messed up a light a second early. It's a big nothing. So embrace adversity as opportunity. Adopt a mindset of growth and learning into the face of challenges. Yeah, so adversity is an opportunity for self improvement. It's how you level up. So if things were easy all the time, you might not get that little thing about in video games like Mario and Luigi. They have the challenges, and then you get the flag, you pass the round, and the flag comes down, and they get the princess. We don't have to get a human being approval, but we can get our own approval and ourselves to safety to level up. Or they could just stay at the first level, but you might as well play the game of life as you're playing the video game. Now, so in moving on to how the law of attraction would do it to approach things with ease. Here we go. So, positive affirmations. Use positive affirmations to shift your mindset from one of stress to one of ease and confidence. Repeat affirmations such as I find this task easy and enjoyable. I effortlessly handle challenges that come my way. By consistently affirming positive beliefs, you can reprogram your subconscious mind to expect ease and success. The source of that is the law of attraction, the basics of the teachings of Abraham by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Visualize success, but also visualize what's the worst that could happen if you don't do it. I think that one is the one that really, really, like the tech thing. If I didn't do the tech, like they said, you want to try tech? I said yes as a challenge to myself because I easily could have been like, "No, no, I don't." And the that would have been sad. I would have robbed myself out of learning something. And then I would have always had that fear. The fear would have been bigger. Practice gratitude, of course. So appreciate it for a chance of growth and achievement. Release resistance, let go of resistance by surrendering the need to control every aspect of the task. Trust that the universe supports you and it's conspiring in your favor. Resistance to a task creates friction and makes it seem harder than it needs to be. By releasing resistance and allowing things to unfold naturally, you open yourself up to effortless success. And the source of that is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Wow. That's it. That is it. The resistance. That is the resistance right there. The need to control me, perfecting, wanting to, being afraid of messing up the tech because I wanted everything to go perfectly. And that was me trying to control, wanting everything. Things just release the need for all of that. Trust that like the world has your back. You are doing just fine. Set intentions, set clear intentions for the ease and smooth completion of the task. Affirm your attention by stating, I intend for this task to be easy and enjoyable. Setting intentions directs your energy and focus towards a desired outcome, making it more likely to manifest. Trust that your intentions will guide you towards the most efficient and effortless path. The source of that is the law of attraction, the basics of the teachings of Abraham by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So if you say, I intend for this task to be easy and enjoyable, it actually does help it be a lot more easy and enjoyable. I intend for this to be easy and enjoyable. Oh, yeah, have fun. And lastly, believe in yourself. Cultivate unwavering belief in your ability to handle the task with ease and grace. Trust your skills, knowledge, and inner resources to overcome any challenges that may arise. Your beliefs shape your reality. So, by believing in your own competence and resilience, you create a reality where success comes naturally to you. And the source of that is You Are a Badass How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. So I love that. I'm going to say that one more time. Believe in yourself. Cultivate unwavering belief in your ability to handle the task with ease and grace. Trust your skills, knowledge, and inner resources to overcome any challenges that may arrive. Wow. Ease and grace. Grace Kelly. Ease and grace, guys. Ease and grace. And now we're going to cool it down. We're going to take it down a notch. We're going to do a couple of affirmations. Here we go. Well, let me get my water. Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. Affirmations to help you shift your mindset from believing things are hard to believing things are easy. I effortlessly attract ease and simplicity into every aspect of my life. Every challenge I encounter is an opportunity for growth, and I approach it with ease and confidence. I trust in my ability to handle any task that comes my way with grace and ease. I release the belief that things have to be hard and embrace the flow of ease and abundance. I am capable, resourceful, and resilient, making even the toughest tasks feel easy. I believe in the power of positivity and embrace things to unfold smoothly and effortlessly. I welcome ease and joy into my life, knowing that I am fully supported by the universe or whatever you want to believe in. Okay, guys, so this week's Dreamers Challenge, let me know if you guys are doing it. Please, come on, guys. I want to know if you guys are doing the Dreamers Challenge so we can hold each other accountable. This week's Dreamers Challenge is I want you to wake up and just write down 3 reasons why you're awesome. My friend suggested this to me, and at first I felt weird, but now I'm like, oh, wow, there are things to like. We all can look at the sides of ourselves that are like, I don't know, we embarrass ourselves or whatever. But the truth is, you're pretty awesome. You and I both know that. So every morning, write down 3 reasons why you're awesome for this week, okay? And so you should have 21 reasons by the time you're done. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the Coffee and Daydreaming podcast. And remember, with a cup, and remember, with a cup full of coffee and a heart full of dreams, anything is possible at the Coffee and Daydreaming podcast. Oh, yeah, please help support the podcast. Leave a review on Apple. I think for some reason, I don't know what I'm doing. If you guys do watch this, please leave a review. It helps so much. Leave a review, follow, and subscribe Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Also, check out my personal stuff where I post like goofy comedy videos or whatever. I don't even want to call it comedy because then people will be like, that's not funny, but it's like humor. It's just like life humor. Thinking about the things in life that are true and weird and exaggerating it. So, anyway, follow that. Please just help support the algorithm and all that. And also check out www.coffeeanddaydreaming.com. Check out Dream Nudge, where it's the goal setting workshop, and Dream Time, where it's the handcrafted Pomodoro timer. I love it. Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm good at promoting because then I'll bring it down, but I just I got so much going on in my life. I wish I won the lottery to properly promote it because it's great. I love it. I use it both Dream Time, Dream Nudge, there's Dream Up, the mindset thing. So check it out, coffeeanddaydreaming.com. Thanks so much for listening. You were awesome. All right. Bye.